I don't know if you've seen the latest video that's making the rounds. It's from the Saudi Republic. It's making fun of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and it's rare that an ally would make fun of a seated president, but it's not the first time it's happened. I'll show you one example of when it happened before. Let's talk opponents. All right. Hello, everyone. This is Keith, and welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel. This is my morning brief. I do this before when I come back from the gym and before I take a shower. So I'm going to make this brief because I'm probably a little funky. Anyway, let's get right down to it. Like I said, this is about a video that came from the Saudi Republic, and they are just lampooning Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in probably the worst way. We use humor to, comedians tend to use humor as a way to deliver a hard message sometimes. So we wrap it in something funny, but you really need to see what's going on, the real message you're trying to send. So, like I said, this is not unheard of, but it's extremely rare when your allies making fun of you, of you see the, of your world leader. It's, for instance, back in '80s, the BBC put on the Spitting Image. It was a puppet show. It was, for adults, and they made fun of politicians and musicians and entertainers. In this case, they're making fun of Dukakis, Reagan here, and the first George Bush. And I watched it when I was a kid. I thought it was funny. You could see they didn't really respect anyone they made fun of, but it was pretty harmless because it didn't really reflect the real image of the politicians or the people in charge. It was just they were just poking fun at them, maybe in a mean way, but not really effective as to helping you form your opinion of them. Not so with the way the Saudis are portraying Biden and Harris. Here, you can check it out. So I'm going to play the recording, just a little bit of it, so you get an idea of what it's about. But I don't want to play too much of it for the sake of time and also not to void any copyright issues. Here we go.
Thank you very much. Today, we're going to talk about the crisis in Spain. Yeah, we're going to talk about the crisis in Africa. Russia. And I want to talk about the president of Russia, Putin. Putin, listen to me. I have very important message to you. The message is,
all right, so that's pretty much the funniest part of the video. People are saying, it's hilarious. I think those are people who really don't like Joe Biden because it's not funny. It's not funny in any level, and that's like the first cardinal sin of comedy: be funny. But maybe they're trying to tell us something here. Maybe they're intentionally not trying to be funny, because this guy, first of all, he sounds more like Henry Kissinger than Joe Biden, so he's not even trying there. And that's a guy, and we all know that. That's a dude, and I think it's probably a double shot at what's going on in this country. First of all, I think it's showing the Saudis have no respect for Kamala. They probably know how she got to where she was, starting with her affair with Willie in San Francisco. So they probably don't have much respect for her, even just as a woman, because again, in these countries they don't really have female leaders, but one that got to where she was, like Kamala, she's gonna have less respect than normal. Also, I think the fact that it's played by a guy is pointing out the our obsession with transgenderism and how that seems insane on the world stage. I'm sure other countries just look at us like we have lost our freaking minds and we think a woman could be a man, or we can't even define a woman. You can tell they've been watching our shows. They've been watching TV. They were watching the confirmation of the Supreme Court justice. And I think this, picking a guy, is a shot at that, just to let them know we have an eye on you. Also, special props to the dude who cross-dressed to play Kamala Harris, because I've been to the Saudi Republic. This is probably his last role, because they are not too keen on that. He's probably starring right now in the town square, ready to be beheaded. So there's my little shot at humor. So anyway, like I said, it's just really, really bad. Everyone has noticed. Other countries have noticed, but they're not even using humor or actors to mock Joe Biden. They're letting Joe Biden do it himself with his own words. Check this out from Sky News in Australia. And they've been on top of this. If you're not following Sky News on YouTube, you're missing out. Check this out.
Imagine had the tobacco industry been immune to prostitute being sued. Come on. In February, the families of 9.
This is what he said, word for word. Imagine had the tobacco industry been immune to prostitute being sued. Come on.
Come on, man. Yes, come on, man, indeed. No, seriously, come on, man. Who voted for this guy? This is a mess. Again, I think the Saudis are sending us a signal. They are worried about the United States. We're supposed to be their ally. But yet Biden is abandoning his own people in Australia. He's abandoning allies, longtime allies in the Ukraine. I'm not saying Ukraine is an ally, but he's not leading NATO. Boris Johnson is. He's the one that's going over there and actually doing something. Biden's every weekend, he's in Delaware getting B-12 shots and God knows what else to keep him alive. They haven't even visited the border of their own country. So other countries are observing the weakness of Joe Biden and are acting accordingly. And we need to clean up our act. We can't keep selecting people just because we hate the other guy. There has to be a positive reason to vote for somebody. You can't do it just on the premise that the other guy's way worse. You need to have a reason to vote for him. I don't think anyone had a reason to vote for Biden. I think they just had a reason to vote against Trump, which was a bad move because this is the situation we're in now. He's only 2.5 years in, and God knows what else is coming. But that's my morning brief. And that's my comment. What's yours? Like, comment, share, and subscribe.